Hello, good and faithful people of the Church, the Mediator. It's Father Dale. I hope you are well whenever it is and wherever it is that you hear this message this week. We're coming up on the 24th Sunday after Pentecost, which means we're marching quickly towards the end of the season after Pentecost and on into Advent. I want to remind you that this Sunday we have adult forum after the liturgy. I'm going to take time finally to talk a little bit about my mini sabbatical, my time away this past summer, show you some pictures. It'll just be a kind of an informal but enjoyable time to talk a little bit about Cartagena in Colombia and some of the other places that I was over the summer. That will follow the 9 a.m. liturgy. Please plan to stay in the nave and hang out and chat and learn a little bit about that. Of course, I want to remind you that Sunday, November the 19th at 4 p.m. is the Allentown Interfaith Thanksgiving service. I'm part of helping to plan that. Anthony Sharp, our director of music, will be providing most of the music. So I hope you will plan to come downtown to St. James AME Zion Church down at 4th and Union and join us to give thanks to God as a wider Allentown interfaith community. And then, of course, make sure to put on your calendars Advent Lessons and Carols, Sunday, December the 3rd, the first Sunday in December, at 5 o'clock p.m. Following our Advent Lessons and Carols service, we're collaborating with West Park Civic Association, and we will have the tree lighting in West Park here after our Advent Lessons and Carols service. So please plan for all of those things. They're going to be great things, and as always, worthy opportunities to come together, to celebrate our unity, to worship God, to give God good thanks and praise for all of the bounty that we share. I was thinking of something relatively light for my meditation this week, because we've had a number of weeks of more thick concepts. We've been talking about stewardship. We've been talking about creation care. We've been talking about virtues, and I wanted something light. So I'm going to read to you a little bit from what is just a wonderful little teeny tiny book, which is called Wishful Thinking, A Seeker's ABC, which is basically a little dictionary of various different terms from our faith, that is by the late Frederick Buechner. If you don't have a copy of this book, it's like a $13, $14 book. Buy it on Amazon, because it's just so wonderful, and read it. It's only a few short pages long, 120 pages long. But I wanted to read to you his definition of coincidence, because I just think this is so wonderful. So let me share coincidence with you. Buechner writes, I think of a person I haven't seen or thought of for years, and 10 minutes later I see her crossing the street. I turn on the radio to hear a voice reading the biblical story of Jael, which is a story that I have spent the morning writing about. A car passes me on the road, and its license plate consists of my wife's and my initials side by side. When you tell people stories like that, their usual reaction is to laugh. One wonders why. I believe that people laugh at coincidence as a way of relegating it to the realm of the absurd, and of therefore not having to take seriously the possibility that there is a lot more going on in our lives than we either know or care to know. Who can say what's going on? But I suspect that part of it, anyway, is that every once and so often we hear a whisper from the wings that goes something like this. You've turned up in the right place at the right time. You're doing fine. Don't ever think that you've been forgotten. Let me read that last line for you. Part of it is, anyway, that every once in a while and so often we hear a whisper from the wings that goes something like this. You've turned up in the right place at the right time. You're doing fine. Don't ever think that you've been forgotten. I pray that you've experienced coincidence recently in your lives, my good and faithful people. I will see you on Sunday. Until then, blessings.